Hey, hey, hey! This is Kurt the Boat Doctor out here in this 22 Seahawk 50th anniversary. Check these seats out. Pretty cool, huh? Really make a nice boat. Like I say, you know, they did some minor little changes in the back doors and stuff, locking. North River holds a hell of a resale. You got your 50th anniversary tag there and on the back of the door as well. I mean, they know them clean back east. Salem, Mass, Boston, they know about North River, so they do have a hell of a resale. You got a storage there, lockable. Got the big compartments down here with the tote bag. That bag is for the top or the sides, and the bag drop rolls up. They're velvet lined. You put them in there and throw them up here. You can zip this, or zip this, or just have this open, those two closed. You got your trim tabs. You got your bilge pump that works. Horn works. Wiper works. Anchor light, that's working. Nav lights worked. Turn those off. Auxiliary interior lights are those lights there all the way back. Turn that off. Auxiliary 703 for the main. Now on the main motor, you'll listen to this, how it goes down. But if that changes a lower decibel, that means that your battery's probably getting low for some reason. So I would trim it until you heard that thud sound right there, and then I would start it if I was you. Yes, anyways, the 2024 T99, they both do good. Turns on a dime. Got a bunch of chips in the water. That's a blew off. Here's that rear entry door right here, 50th anniversary. And then down in here, this for some reason doesn't have a live well, and doesn't have a, that's not a big deal, but doesn't have a wash down, which seems kind of odd, but don't. There's where your anchor light is stored right there. Water separator, Yamaha, change that once a year. They got a 5 paper element, others only got 1 or 2. Primer valve for the main. Keep that up. There you go. There's your other batteries, there's your switch, and these are off and on breakers. If you shut these off, the lights go off and you won't have any power. Down here's the seahawk valve for this fish box. If I open that up, that's going to fill this full of water. To get it out, you got to open the valve, or if you want water in here, you close the valve. You want it out, you open the valve, and then make a, I think it's a left-hand turn, left to right, wherever that hole is on the back. Do a tight turn and get the bow up as high as you can get it. If you do that, that's going to drain all that water out of the box, and then you go ahead and shut that valve. Then you just put that baby back there like that, cinch her up. This here's a fish box, large, man. You could use a hell of a bleeding. You get quite a few tuna in there, actually. You can get kill bags that fit this. You can order them, just give them the measurements, and then there you go. You can either store ice in there or ice your tuna down. But if you don't, it's just going to heat up your ice and melt. And then you got drainage systems, goes back in here, goes in bilge. Your bilge pumps it out. Got auto bilge pumps. Like I say, you got lights back here. You got snaps that come in the owner's pack that you roll this and snap this. Like I say, kick butt seats here, fold down flips. You come up, storage. I got my water. Got drains all the way through here, which makes it nice. See how that water can drain instead of waiting until I get to the back of the boat. Suspension seats, dual shocks. They only had a single shock before, so these are a little bit more beefier because they used to give too much. See how that back goes? That's the slider, that's the height, and you got the swivel. There's that lever right there. So then what you got, they need to bleed the hydraulic. If you can see right here, the last few boats I've noticed this, that is empty. They need to fill these up before it leaves the shop and bleed the steering on these. Now anyway, I trim that motor down, you just turn it, fires up, it's EFI. You can't even hardly hear that motor. So back to that good water flow. That's how they go. They don't stream out like the little one does. Calm day out here, look at this. Wow, nice. But anyway, take a video on your first trip out, just to make sure that, because when you're around these new 4-strokes, they're so quiet, and then about a month later, I didn't hear that noise. But if you do a video the first time out, you'll see how much water flow is coming out, the sound of those motors, any sound that you may think, well, this ain't right. If you play that video back, you'll see, oh, that was it. That was there before. Okay. So then you just put it in gear. And instead of blowing these guys out, I'll get over here. And this takes about 3 seconds to plane the boat. I'm going to be nice to these guys over here. I'm going to get out here. And there's 2 ways to do this. I gradually work this up when I'm breaking it in, and then I have to prop test it. So then I get it down to like a stop, trim tabs all the way up, make sure the motor's all the way down. You'll hear a thud. There, and it stops. So then make sure it's steering the right way, and then hit it. There's 1001, 1002, 1003, and it gets up on top. Then what you can do is, if you want this thing up really quick, then you just lift up on that lever, put it in gear. Then watch this. I'm going to work this steering wheel right to left. There you go, like this. There's 2 seconds to plane the boat. That's nice. Then we'll get on it. Now trim the motor. So that gets up. Then you turn it to check any blowout. And we'll go over this stuff. It just goes right over the top. Bring that back. Shut that off, trim the kicker down. Now when it was cold, I would hit this and give this like 7 pumps, bring it back, lift this until it stops, give it about 2 inches up, push and turn the key. But you got to remain pushed in once it starts up. See, and it's hard to tell. See, you just lift that lever. So, whoop, yep. Then if it acts like it's gonna die, you push that in. See, you can hear it. Now this is the kicker motor. Right there. And see how you can turn nice and easy here. You can turn easy here. And it just takes out a straight line. There's the kicker. So then when you're done with that, you just bring that baby back, shut that off, trim it up, and you'll hear it going up. Then just give it a trim down. Now there's one other thing on trim tabs. You can steer with those trim tabs actually. So we're just going to go on here. I'm going to show you that real quick. You can go all down, all up. Now once I get it planing, I can go ahead and hit this. That should take me to the left, which is doing. Go up. Now I'm going to go to the right. That's pulled me to the right. So I could steer with this if I had to. Up and down on the trim as well as I'm doing that. Just takes a little practice. You'll get used to it. And then what I'm going to do is swing out. I'm going to go underneath the bridge and call it a day on this one. And it's a little easier. See how it takes a little while to turn to the left? Now look it to the right. It turns. So any boat does this. So if you want to if you have to make a tight turn quick, always go to the right. And then with hydraulic steering, this is a variable degree hole. What you can do on that, you can sit here and go here. Line it up. Trim it up. You should be able to take your hands off the steering wheel. Like that. And you can go to the back of the boat. And see, it's no hands. The darn thing takes it, drives itself. basically.